Hi, this is Rev May. Welcome to my podcast. Glad to have you with us. If you have an opportunity, could you hit the bottom right-hand red button on the screen? Give me a thumbs up. It'll help me get this pushed out to other people. I can reach more people for the Lord. Just a plain minister who's pastored and evangelized and filled in for ministers for right at 50 years. And so I love the Lord and I just want to help people. That's all I want to do. We're going to talk about enduring great trials. If you live very long in this life, you're going to have some trials. You're going to have some struggles. You can be living right, your wife can be living right, and then all of a sudden one of your kids does something stupid and they drive a car when they're not supposed to, or they accidentally hit somebody and they run through a red light or whatever, and all of a sudden you've got a problem and a trial you got to go through that you didn't do anything wrong. This is called life, all right? You work for a man and he has a small business. You've been working for him for 30 years and you love the guy. He passes away. And then the wife doesn't want to continue the business on. She wants to sell it. And then the new guy buys it, don't want you, he wants his son. So things like this happens. Enduring great trials. James chapter 1, and I'm going to read verse 2. I might read 3 and 4 possibly, but I'm going to read this. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials. All right, the Lord says that we're supposed to have, when we encounter trials, to consider it all joy. How can you have joy when you're having trouble? All right, how can you have joy when you got problems? You will have. It will stop. All right, various trials. You encounter various trials. Let me start that again for you. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. All right, you get something out of the trials and the struggles you're going through. You get endurance. You become stronger from the things that you have faced. All right, so you get something out of it and you grow by it. Faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its perfect result, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. You have to allow the Lord to work in your life when things aren't going well. And you can gain endurance, all right, by becoming stronger in the Lord. I was on a track team in 7th and 8th grade for my school. And I had asthma when I was a kid. And I took allergy shots every week, twice a week. And so had a problem. Well, one race you had to run, and I believe it was 440 yards, but it was several times around the thing, and you had to do it under a certain time. I don't even remember what it was, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it was. Man, I had a hard time doing it. I was good on a 40-yard dash, a 50-yard dash. I could even do 100 pretty good, but not, there was guys on the team who were a lot faster than me. I ran the 50 in 5.9. And almost all the guys on our track team ran it in, we have one guy running 5.4. He was the fastest guy on the team, ran it in 5.4. Most of them ran it in 5.6, 5.7, 5.5. I was 5.9. I was the slow one in the bunch. That's why when I played baseball, when I went around the base, let's say this is a base here, I never went way out like that and came back. I cut the inside corner. When I went around first, I cut the inside corner. When I touched the second base bag, I was on the inside, touched the inside. I had to shave a little off, and then sometimes I'd even go on a head first slide if I was trying to go into second or third, try to take the guy out, so that I was safe. And I had to make adjustments. Why? Just a half of a second. 0.5 of 1 second. That's the difference between the best guy on the team and me. 0.5 of 1 second. And a lot of my friends were 5.6, 5.7, 0.2 of a second. But it makes a difference when you're running. And so I had a hard time. On short runs, I could do good. But on long runs, because of the asthma, because of the allergy shots and everything, I had a hard time breathing when I got more than 200 yards. I just started laboring. And so I did that thing, I think, 2 or 3 times. And the closest I came was 3:13. And I was about ready to give up. But you had to be able to run that in order to compete. And when I was in grade school, 7th and 8th grade, all of our schoolyards were asphalt, so you couldn't throw the shot put, so they had you throw a softball. I could throw the softball further than anybody in our school. And my coach wanted me to throw the softball, but you had to run in a race to do it. I couldn't run the 50 or the 40. We had faster guys that did it. So I had to run in a relay. And to run in a relay, I had to get as little faster than I could. You had to qualify to run in a relay. So a couple of my friends said, hey, we'll work with you. You know, I met them on Saturday there at the schoolyard, and we ran and ran and ran. And we talked our coach into loaning us his stopwatch. And so the last time before we went to the tournament, I ran that thing, and whatever time it was, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it was, I made 3 seconds less under it. So if it was like 3 minutes, I did 2:57. I made it. But I learned endurance by running further and further, over and over. I built up some endurance, and I was able to do it. Now, the reason I talked about that is I know me, I don't know you. It's kind of a good analogy to let you know that your faith will produce endurance if you hang in there and don't quit, which I was getting to the point where I wanted to quit. And then I went to that tournament, and I threw the softball 236 feet and 4 inches or something like that. Anyway, I took second. The other guy beat me by 2 inches. 2 inches. We each got 2 throws. So anyways, I'll never forget it because we had to go across the street from the school and stand in an alley and throw it into the schoolyard because the schoolyard wasn't wide enough for us guys that could throw the ball a long way. I think the schoolyard was 185 feet wide, and we all threw it over 230 feet. So they measured from the school fence over to the alley, and then they drew a chalk line there, and you had to throw it before you got to that line. And that's what we did. Anyway, and then I got to run in the race, and the guys in my race took first. And then our guy that was the fastest guy in school, he didn't want to run the 50. He started getting sick. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, look at all those guys. I think there was 16 schools there. It might have been 14. I don't remember. We were kids. There was something like that. And I go, there's a lot of guys that are faster. There's a lot of guys that throw hard, too. But, you know, I'm going to get in there and do my best. You got to do your best. He got so sick, he threw up. And he told the coach, I can't do it, I can't do it. I said, what is wrong with you? He goes, I ain't going to win. I'm going to get blown away. I'm not going to win. I go, no, you're not going to win if you don't run. You need to run. You're the fastest guy we got. You can run the 50 in 5.4 seconds. And he goes, I said, you did it one time in 3.5. I said, come on, get with it. He didn't want to do it. So one of the guys that both ran it in 5.6, one of those guys ran it. And he did 5.6. And he came in third. The guy that won ran it in 5.5. He ran it in 5.4 all the time, and it even got a little bit below that, 5.35, a little bit below that several times. Then he got sick again. He goes, I could have won that race. And my coach said, yeah, you could have if you'd have ran. All right, so if you want to do something in life, you want to get past the trials, you need to have some endurance. And you build it up by staying in the race and pushing forward and not giving up. The problems and troubles we face in life make us stronger, and they should give us endurance so we're able to get past them and move forward with our walk with the Lord because we grow and become stronger from our problems that we battle through. We have a handicapped daughter. The Lord's been dealing with me about posting a video about it, so I think I may do it. But I understand, I've watched her go through 3 strokes and have to try to learn to walk again. Paralyzed on her right side, she's right-handed. She had to learn to try to write her name, everything with her left hand. Toughest person I've ever known in my life. She don't ask you to wait on her hand and foot. She's learned how to run the microwave, knows how to cook things. I'm not talking about cutting up vegetables and cooking a roast and all. I'm talking about, she knows how to put a dinner in the microwave and knows she can read and she knows what to do. Very independent, but she has become stronger because of everything she's went through. And you can become stronger for everything you went through. You just got to keep pushing like she did. I've learned so much from her, how tough she is. and how she hangs in there and she don't give up. And I see her trying to open something with her good hand and pulling on her teeth. And I'll just instinctively say, here, honey, let Dad open that for you. No, Dad, I got it. I'll get it. She said, what if you aren't around here when I want to eat? I'll get it. She's just so independent. And she does stuff. Why? Because her problems have produced endurance. And her problems have made her stronger, not weaker, but stronger. The problems and troubles we face in life, folks, will make us stronger. And we'll learn endurance. And we'll be able to take the next problem on a lot easier because of the one that we went through made us stronger, gave us more endurance. The only way to learn strong faith is to endure great trials. I know people don't want to hear that, but that's what it is. If you want to learn strong faith, you have to learn to endure great trials. I have learned by faith, by standing firm through when I'm going through severe trials and problems and tribulations, like my daughter and the things she goes through. It's made us all stronger, gave us more endurance, and made us a little tougher than we was. And we've learned to deal with it. I've had a lot of people say to me, how do you guys do it with her being so handicapped and you're getting older? I said, we ask God every day to give us strength and work with us. And we all stay together and we work together. I'm going to continue to trust in the Lord and every day get stronger and endure. Endurance through great trials. You can do it, folks. Just ask the Lord and hang in there and don't give up. If you have a chance, at the end of this, there's a little video up there. If you want to watch another one of me, that'd be fine. That'd be wonderful. Over there's a round one with my picture on it. If you click on that, that's subscribe. It'll help me someday to let them offer my videos to other people. I have to get to 1,000 subscribers for that to happen. And so I appreciate everyone that has subscribed. I hate mentioning it, but just wanted to tell you. And I love you and God loves you. Endurance and great trials will make you a better person and make you stronger in the Lord. Thank you for your time this time. Till next time, Old Rev May signing off. You have a wonderful day and God bless you.